All right, everybody, welcome again. Motivational Monday. I am Jackie Roper, and Tyrone Brown Jr. is coming in. Uh, he has the link coming in. Sorry for the little lateness on the show. Welcome again to Motivational Mondays. All right, I am Jackie Roper. We're gonna get Tyrone coming in. So we can jump this topic off tonight. I should have just went on here. All right. There we go. Mr. Brown.
I am here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, you are.
I am here. I'm just arranging.
There we go. We got the music playing for them so they can get comfortable while we arrange ourselves.
Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm looking at everything and making sure that it's copacetic.
Mm-hmm.
We in here now.
Motivational Mondays.
They done messed up and let us in, man.
Oh, man, we in the dough.
They done messed up and let us in.
Here we go.
They done messed up and let us in, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man.
All right. Welcome.
It's good.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Brown?
Doing well, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We getting it cracking. Man, we gonna get started in a couple of minutes. You know, before we start, I just want to say thank you to Jackie. And you know, it's definitely a privilege and an honor, man, to be a part and to take this thing beyond what I thought that it could go.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here with you, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, we spoke briefly on the phone.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting to meet in person, man. You know,
Yeah.
a real good time.
Yeah, man. We almost didn't leave there, man.
No, I mean, you became part of the family real quick.
Yeah. It was definitely good, man. You know, whenever I meet people that I've never met before,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it always it always enlightened me. You know, it always enlightens me and give me something that, you know, an experience that I never felt before. And so, man, I go hard, man. I go hard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you and my brother-in-law, my sister had a great conversation talking about the development and the structure of, you know, Gary and relationships. And it was just such a broad topic. Our topic tonight, Mr. Brown Jr., is what? What are we speaking on tonight?
Man, we talking about what they talking about.
There we go. That's what's going on. What are they talking about? There's so much going on throughout the waves.
Yeah.
Give me one good subject that people right now are talking about that me and you can dig into and see what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, first off, you know, let's just greet all of the audience that's here. We appreciate you all. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr. And of course, my new sidekick, my new, you know, my new behind the scenes guy and front scene.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jackie Roper Jr., man. It's a privilege. It's definitely a privilege and an honor to be a part of this new set of Motivational Monday. Oftentimes, a lot of different things go on. But look, man, we going higher and higher. For those of you that are viewing us, live. Thank you so much. For those of you that are listening via Who's Your Heat Radio, look, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's definitely, this not the same. It's not the same. And so we taking this to a whole nother level to make sure that our viewing experience, that it go beyond anything that we thought was going to happen before. And so thank you for everything, for all of your continued support, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new set of Motivational Monday. And like I told y'all, look, the banner is here. Look, we ain't got time to shortcut. We ain't got time to stop. We ain't got time to slow down. We keeping on moving forward every day, just to make sure that people know that we here to stay. And so with all of that said and done, we just gonna jump right into tonight's topic. And I talked to Jackie earlier about the different things that I was hearing people say, the different quotes and stuff like that. But one particular topic that stood out in my mind, man, and I know that today is Motivational Monday, but it's something else on the other side when you motivate people to think right. Okay, and what we're gonna start off with is talking about. There was a conversation actually that I heard earlier, and it was two women. They were talking about sex, and they were talking about different things of how they had a different partner, and they was okay, but they wasn't in the right headspace. And so basically what my mindset went to is the structure of the family, the structure of the family, the structure of the home, and what that really looks like today. It's a lot of people that have a different mindset because of the way that they were raised. And I understand that not everybody is cookie cutter, but at the same time, there is a structure. Talking to Jackie and getting his input. I'm not saying that women should be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen, nothing like that. But what I am saying is, when you mess up the structure of the home, you throw out the whole chemistry of how the family is supposed to, it's how it's supposed to be. Now, I know, Jackie, you can speak to that, right?
Yes, sir. I can. I've been married going on 9 years now.
Yeah.
And it is, a marriage is difficult.
Right.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
People who know me, they did not picture me in a marriage.
Right.
But I can't say that this marriage has not built better structure for both of us.
Right.
Times that things do get unbalanced, but my wife, she had the father and mother structure in the home.
Right.
And I think that made a difference in how our relationship is compared to those who don't have that same structure.
Yeah.
Having the father and the mother in the home. To where when we do get into bickering arguments, they're tedious to where she can really blow them off in the next 15 minutes. We can find out, that, hey, man, Jackie, you're just an asshole at times.
Right.
Realize it, realize my faults. I just try to let her know that, I am the man in this house and respect me as the man. Let's not go to the point where we're fighting and it's like almost a battle with a man. So that's unstructured. And I'll be trying to let her know that if I'm in such of a rage, you as the woman really can control all of that. The words you say, everything you do will tone me down and correct me. You are my better half, but if you come at me like a ram and a man, then that means we are at some type of disagreement to where now that's what I tell. I say we're like two rams going
Right.
at it. And I'm trying to let her know, baby, you can say something to me and all of this will stop. You
Yeah.
don't have to say that I don't want you to run over me. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where I'm trying to run over and be forceful. Mr. Brown, that's just not me, man. I
Yeah.
could not, I'm not a controlling guy. I'd rather be by myself and control me.
Right. Right. Well, at the same time, Jackie, look, this is the thing. When you mess up the structure,
Mm-hmm,
what you do is you tear down the foundation
mm-hmm.
of what the family is supposed to be built on.
That's true.
Now, of course, you know, when you have a father that's in and out and he's not there,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I was fortunate to have my father in the house. I
Okay.
was I was fortunate to have my father there, to help, put things in me that needed to be in me as a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I'm hearing basically is, especially on Father's Day, this crazy.
Mm-hmm.
On Father's Day, I'm hearing women say, "You should be saying Happy Father's Day to me." No, it can't be. You can't do things like that,
Mm-hmm.
because what you're doing is, yeah, the man might not be there,
Mm-hmm.
but you look, a woman, and this is not trying to be feminist or anything like that,
Yeah.
but a woman cannot teach a boy how to be a man. She can give him certain things,
Mm-hmm.
that he needs for living,
Mm-hmm.
but a woman definitely cannot teach a boy how to be a man.
And
And that's what we're seeing.
yeah.
There is confusion, and we're seeing it all the way through the world.
Now, to make that point, because I was raised by a single mom.
Right.
My dad was an asshole. I've never met that man one day in my life.
Wow.
No, since I've been 2 years old. My
Okay.
mom did raise me. At one point in time, I did give my mama Father's Day gifts, but I had to let her know the
Yeah.
reason. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some women keep their fathers out of the son's life because, hey, I wanted you or something like that. That
Right.
wasn't her case. He was an
Right.
abusive husband and father, and my granddaddy had to take her out of that situation and made it better for her.
Hmm.
Some women will lay into that situation and think that things is going to get better. My mama
Right.
said, "No, I'm out of here. You sucker, you ain't putting your hands on me, and I'm gone."
Right.
So the things that she taught me, because she was a single mother, but I also was raised by my grandfather and my grandmother.
Okay.
So not having a father, I appreciated my mother, but she did not teach me how to be a man.
Right.
But she was a strong enough woman figure to hold me down as a wild child and to make sure that my life was structured to
Yeah.
where she laid things out and just not let me run over her as a male. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not
Yeah.
like the respect factor is there. I would not want to do anything to would make her feel shame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore, I had to watch what I'm doing, regardless of what I'm doing. Never make my mama feel shame because that's the worst thing for me. If
Absolutely.
she loves me and she's trying to teach me better, then Jack, watch your steps,
Yeah.
And she tried to do everything she could,
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is she couldn't, but I did give her Father's Day cards at one point in time, and I told her, it's not that you taught me how to put this tire on this car, change, because it's 40-year-old men this day that don't know how to
Right.
change the flat tire.
I agree. I agree. I
So
agree.
you didn't make me a man in that way, but you made me strong enough to realize I am a man, and therefore I will protect you, my sister, and my family as a man. My mama gave me two choices when I graduated high school, scared the crap out of me. For real. This is no BS. She laid two pieces of paper out in front of me and she said, you going to the Army or you going to college? But getting the hell out of my house. And it scared the crap out of me. First, I looked at it and I said, Mama, we in my granddaddy house. How you gonna kick me out? This is my granddaddy house. Hey, he said, you getting out. So, all of that being said, she put things in me to where the fear I had to overcome because I really wasn't scared of growth. I just did not know what my path was. And so I knew I didn't have no discipline. No one could tell me anything as a male, but that's not good as a male because you can fail yourself as a male, not learning and listening. I learned from some of the teachers and some of the men of how to become a better man. And it wasn't their relationships. It was just because this teacher was a good teacher. He was like, hey, you're going to be something out of this. You know, you're going to make something out of yourself in life. Yeah. So it didn't have to be my mom's to be the Father's Day, you know. And there's some women that don't deserve that, man. Right. Oh, how you want it all. You want the child support check. You want the Father's Day gift. And you won't let this man spend no time with his child. I don't understand it.
But see, this is where I'm going with it, Jackie. And man, look, thank you for sharing that. Because you know, I understand from your point of view. Mm-hmm. I get it. I understand the reason why you know you gave your mother's a Father's Day gift. Yeah. But at the same time, the perspective that I come from is that not saying that a father, because when the father is absent, but it's just like this. You miss it. You have an imbalance. It's just like if a boy did not have his mother, that would still be an imbalance.
It would, because his nurturing would not be there.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. See, and you just said before, or you just said right before, I just spoke, but you did not have discipline. Mm-hmm. That's what a man does. Yeah. He provides the discipline and the structure, or it could be vice versa. Yeah. You know, where the woman can provide discipline and structure as your mother did, but then you would also need the nurturing and the love and the compassion. And then the balance is going to be off because no one person can do all of that.
That's the truth.
They can do parts of it, but they can't do all of it.
Especially with multiple kids.
Yeah, exactly. And so then it'll look like it's favoritism. Mm-hmm. It'll look like it's favoritism to one of your children, be it that you have multiple children, but still in the home there is imbalance because now, you know, it's just like I've said it many other times, that love don't live here no more. Mm-hmm. You know, all of these people saying love don't live here anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean love doesn't live here anymore? If love doesn't live here, then by default, then hate exists. Yeah. And that's what we're getting into in this world. We're getting into hatred. We're getting into, rivalries. Mm-hmm. We're getting into people not having compassion for one another. And now that you have that, it's because of the foundation that has been broken at home.
What about
everybody now has that mindset or that persona. Screw love. Love is whack. Love doesn't exist. But you don't understand. The foundation has been broken up.
Yeah, it has, and it does exist. If you didn't love someone, then that every day that you spending with them would turn to hate. You
Yeah,
know, it's because you would want to be by yourself. You don't care for this person. You know what I'm saying? And you're just trying to get through. So I people that say that is because they haven't found that one to make them feel special, to where they know that they can take this role with someone. Man, I deal in hospice, and I
right.
see a lot of people in a roles by themselves,
Yeah.
and a lot of them be some angry people. And I don't want to be that way, man.
Right.
And I explained that to my wife, and I know that I'm so terrible. Oh, we got comments coming in. Hey,
Yeah, I see him.
put them up there. Hey, how y'all doing? So yeah,
Good, good. I love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
I don't. I love does exist, man.
Yeah,
And in my relationships, you got to feel like if you fought, you know what I mean? Like my wife would probably tell you, man, I'm just the worst and stuff like that. But she loves the heck out of me, man, because I'm trying to do the best as a man to, keep the kids and the house and the roof and everything. And it's a struggle. And I try to let her know that sometimes I'm stressed. And if you can help me, like if I can't find a remote sometimes, Tyrone, I got 3 kids in the house. And if I'm doing some work,
yeah,
baby girl is, she's right now at 3, so we try to entertain her with the tablet, and we both working from home. And so I try the remote, if I can't find it just to turn the TV, the frustration, and I'm like, where's the remote? And she's like, well,
yeah,
I'm working too. Well, where's the remote? And it's like, and I have to say I'm sorry, but I try to let her know. And we had this conversation. I said
okay,
that I am frustrated. And I
yeah,
said, if you would have saw me being frustrated, you could have helped me at that moment. Besides saying, well, I don't know where it's at either. She could have just said, hey, I can't find it either. Maybe, it was. And then I had to realize that with her too,
yeah,
because something came up and I had to put myself back in that situation where she
right.
was frustrated. And I said, well, you just went through this. So see how the tables turn. And I did not come at her frustrated. And I said, well, let me help you find it. Man. Before I caught myself, it could have went totally different.
Right.
I was in that same situation and not because she was frustrated. If we don't see that, if we don't see each other's frustrations, if we don't read each other or see how your other one works, man, it's going to be chaotic, man. It's going to be a chaotic relationship.
It really is. And that's the thing, Jackie, and here it is. I've been married coming up on 16 years.
Ooh,
and not everything have been all peaches and lovey-dovey and all of that. As a matter of fact, for the most part, it's been kind of like on the rocks, like, man, I don't like you, and I don't like you either. That kind of thing. But like what we've come to find out, man, like life ain't gonna be perfect. Marriage ain't gonna be perfect. Marriage is work. Marriage is work. So when you have a full-time job, when you're in a marriage and you have kids, you really have 3 full-time jobs. And look, depending on how many kids you get, you got more jobs than that.
Boy, you better stop.
because I'm telling you, man, hey, life ain't easy. It throw you curveballs. You got bills.
Man.
You got an attitude.
Dude.
You got your own personal health issues.
Yeah,
all of these things.
Probably not even getting the pickle tickle when you need it, man. It's
Look, hey, but check this out. This the most important part. Marriage teaches you compassion on other people.
It does.
It really, because if you go into marriage and you don't have no compassion on somebody else, man, you look, I don't know what you was in. You wasn't in no marriage. You was in the cave.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
You was living under a rock somewhere.
I'm true about that, because I could not have got into this marriage without growth and growing compassion. You know, me and my wife are 9 years apart. She's 9 years younger. A lot of the topics that we own, man, is really, you know, way off. You know, some of the shows that I've seen, my parents have been married for almost 41 years, and they been divorced. My parents almost got divorced twice. Wow.
Yeah. True enough.
Hey, Steph, that's so, you know, and it's a hard thing, man, because, you know, we got into arguments the other day to where, you know, that was almost like, hey, man, you can go your way, I can go my way, you know, what's this? And you don't want to be that. And why does it come to where you are at that point? And right now, that conversation is not even in our head, but it's the
it ain't.
And I hate that we had it and really don't know how we got to that point.
I'm gonna tell you, and me and my wife, we talk about this all the time. When we first got married, we was calling names. We called each other names. Then on top of that, she was yelling, I was yelling, and this one really helped us, because she yelling, I would tune her out, or I would walk out the door. And then I wouldn't really yell unless I was really upset, and then I'm a whole nother person. You know, but what we have to come to an agreement with is, look, two people yelling don't understand each other.
No,
it don't work. So now we have disagreements, and if we can't sit down and talk, we'll table it for some other time. Like, wait a minute, this ain't the right time. We'll come back to it. I don't want to talk about this. You don't want to talk about this. Look, let's just not talk about this until we both have cooler heads. And then, you know what? When we both come back, then, you know, the conversation is much more understandable, and we can now understand one another the way that each other needs us to understand.
That is the truth.
Man, and then on top of that, if you call it names, it never works. Because once you call one name, they done blocked you out now, because they so focused. The other person is so focused on the name that you just called them. And regardless of years down the line, they remember that name.
They will.
That you called them in the middle of an argument. That either one of you didn't hit each other. All you heard was that name, and that just sparked it off.
You disrespected me.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
You know,
here it is. Steph said, but my parents always fight 24/7. I'm sorry, that is. My parents, before the passing of my mother, my parents was married over 40 years. You know, and it would have been 41 years that December. My mother passed away in May. But again, we've done different, my wife and I. Like in her family never showed affection. Like my family, my dad was always coming up behind my mama and grabbing a whole handful of tail. You know, and we would be like, ugh. And so it was really important. It was really valuable, that experience, because it taught me something on what to do with my wife.
Yeah.
That we can relate to one another.
Exactly.
So it's good experiences that you can take in, that you can pull in from other people that will help make your life and your marriage, it will make it much better.
It is, because before I got into a marriage, I had to watch marriages.
Yeah.
My brother and my sister, I think they almost married. Man, is it going on? I really don't know. It's been a long time. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
And they've been through it, man. You've met them. You
Yeah.
even heard their stories, man.
Yeah.
And they still together, man. But they go through the ups and the downs, and everything we've said on this show tonight, they have been there. But
Yeah.
them suckers would be lost without each other.
Hey, I said the same thing. I remember I said at the house, I said, look, I told my wife, if you leave me, you might as well, go to a whole another part of the world.
You say you're going to be in the window.
I'm going to be in the window like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Because, look, as much as, we may disagree, look, I love that little girl. I know she ain't no girl, but I love that little woman. But, because you human beings, you're going to go through disagreements, man. And because of the disagreement, it doesn't mean, and I remember we talked about this too, because I disagree with you don't mean I hate you.
Yeah.
But see, nowadays people, when they disagree, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Now, because I disagree with you, now I'm gonna shoot you, or I'm gonna run you over with a car. All this kind of crazy mess.
Yeah, you can just I just don't agree with you, and the argument doesn't have to ensue.
Right.
Just like you saying, that's our problem. The yelling is more of I'm yelling, you yelling. I've always been a loud talker, so most people think that when I'm talking or I'm explaining something, I'm yelling at them. And I think it's more I'm enthused about a topic, or if something is happening, I'm just really high-toned and into it. And aggression comes out like that. I'm not trying to laugh, Tyrone, but this is true, man. It's like I'm just trying to talk. And I'm, I got all of this, and people just thinking, no, I'm not aggressive about it. I'm just really in tune to it. And my voice go up and someone say, well, you don't have to be yelling. Like my son has said. I say, I'm not yelling, man. I'm really just speaking in a loud tone. I can't myself back down. But I feel like when I do that, then you're not really listening to what I'm saying, because you feel like you got me in that comfortable position. Sometimes you got to talk loud so you can hear what I'm saying and you can know I mean what I say. My wife don't have to bark back at me. I will shut the hell up, man. I will. People don't realize it's so simple to tune me out and get me just to shut up and be like, hey, it's over. All right, cool, it's over.
Yeah.
That's it.
You see, look, for me, it's just like this. My mindset, and I got an aggressive tone like that as well. I do. I have an aggressive tone, so I have to be careful when I raise my voice, because my tone is always, the majority of the time, it's aggressive.
Sometimes you have to work on that as an individual. That's not hard to control.
But that's what I'm talking about. See, I've learned to really kind of pull mine back. Now, unless I'm having a conversation that I'm very adamant about, I'll pull back and just allow the person to, explain what they mean or explain what they just said. But I used to really be like that. Like I was very aggressive. And if a person did not agree with me, oh man, what you doing? And I had to pull it back, because what you don't want to do is you don't want someone to shut down because you're overwhelming them.
And so you have to watch. Yes.
But that's exactly.
They will shut down. Nothing is getting heard. It becomes, absolutely right.
But see, my wife is very kind of soft-spoken. Now, she can get loud, but she very like soft-spoken, like, pretty much. pretty much to the back.
Did she pick up any of your mannerisms? Out of these 20 years, do you see yourself in your wife? Like some of the stuff that I do, my wife has picked that up and she acts like me. You see what I'm saying? My wife wasn't an aggressive person. When I met her, I said, "Now go back to that person I met the first time." And then she told me, "Well, I gotta act like this way for you won't run over me." I'm not gonna run over you, woman. Don't put that barrier up.
Watch this. Watch this. Now watch this. Now here it is. My wife she's picked up some things, but I picked up more from her than she picked up from me.
Okay.
I'm kind of adapted to her style, because I'm gonna tell you this: when we, before we got married, I was like the most serious person in the world. Like I would go and do everything with a straight face. There was no funny bone in my body. Ooh. But then when I got with her, she liked to play practical jokes. Not outside, because outside she's serious. But in the home, she very joking. Like to play pranks, and I'm asleep, she'll tickle my feet, stuff like that, crazy stuff. I remember one Halloween, man. No, it wasn't a Halloween. She was we were living in a duplex, and my daughter was looking for her, and this crazy lady hid in the closet for I don't know how long, man. And then she calling her on the phone like she trapped in somebody's trunk. And look, when I tell you, man, I just had to laugh, because this woman she really softened me up to where I could really take a joke, because I was way too serious. Way too serious. Like people would be laughing and joking, and I'd be sitting up there like, ain't nothing funny, like that. But man,
I did the same thing. I hid my car in the garage playing hide and seek with the kids, but also it became peaceful because they couldn't find me. So I said, car in the back, probably for about 45 minutes trying to let these kids find me. Oh
man, see, again, it's I understand what the world is, and that everybody is adapted to what they going through. But I want to say like this, man. Look, if you don't stick to the foundation of life, man, it's gonna throw the rest of the world off. And I know you don't care, because that's I'm not saying you, Jackie, but I know people don't care that that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But here it is. If we don't straighten this stuff out, man, look, our kids they gonna be in a mess.
They are. They already.
And then we gonna die off, and we gonna go on. But life is gonna be hell to pay for them.
Yeah, man. I pray for my baby girl.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah. It was stress, man. Even having a younger one, man, because it's like, man, what is this world gonna be, knowing that what it was my mother and our parents had to go through. So you don't see the future. You don't know the future. When you're talking about relationships, man, I never really wanted to have a baby girl, because I know how damn a man is. You know what I'm saying? So that's the scariest thing for me. Man, you got to deal with Jackie Roper. Man.
Well, I'm the same way, Now, but the biggest thing is, I had a lot of my dad's ways, and my not saying that my dad is bad, but he had some habits that I couldn't use in my house. Because of my wife, she wasn't having it.
Yeah.
But see, my wife is very wise, and there's a lot of things that she helped me with. Even though I was serious, I was immature.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of, wild. Not
What
kind of, I was wild.
what
So,
man won't be I feel we'll be immature until we hit the ground, man.
well, it wasn't just wild, but there were certain skills
Mm-hmm.
that I did not have that my wife had that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I learned from her because I didn't trust no other men, to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, coming up, because there was men that hated my daddy, they didn't like me, and it wasn't so much that he did something to them, but they just didn't like him. Just like probably, there's some people that hate me just because. And
You.
that they gonna hate my sons because
Because,
of
you know,
me,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. But the same applies, man. Look, we gotta set standards in our house because regardless of what they talking about on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
man, look, you gotta show your kids the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad out here, bro.
It is. And
Like,
it took a lot of the discipline out of what's going on,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
In the shows that the kids is watching nowadays, it doesn't really help with the family structure. A lot of them show that you can get away with a lot of BS or talk to your parent in the wrong way. You're gonna get your motherfucking face smacked talking to me like Disney Channel trying to tell you. I don't understand it. We watched the Cosby Show, man. Bill, good looking, man. I know you did what you did, put all that false stuff, but the Cosby Show showed us family structure, black
mhm,
family structure. A man that had 5 kids and wasn't in the projects. Actually, he was in
right,
the home. You
right,
know, everybody
right.
we knew would have 5 kids. They stayed in the projects, man.
Yeah,
All that good.
they was
You
on government assistance. And
know,
look, I'm not saying that government assistance is wrong. I need to clarify that because if you need it, then
get
of
it.
course, do it. But don't live your whole life on government assistance. You should not want somebody to assist you your entire life.
You got to come up with a plan to get away from that. Don't
Man,
because
that's the biggest issue, especially with us colored folk. With our color, with our skin, it's something wrong, man.
it is.
Because we like to stay on, you know what I'm saying? We like to stay assistant until we don't want assistance no more.
But you will sit there and latch on to that, and then time then pass by, and you still ain't benefited from that assistance. The
Right.
assistance is just to assist you for temporary means.
Yeah.
Don't sit here and use that for 10 to 15 years. Figure out
Yeah.
a bigger plan. Figure out your next step. Tyrone, man, I ain't gonna even lie. Everybody's not going to go to college, but everybody got a trade or a skill involved in them.
I
Before I
fully
went to school, I had a trade. My
Yeah.
mom, she didn't want me to go to a trade school, so that was the choice.
Yeah.
She said, "No, son, you're gonna go to a university." I wanted to be a
Yeah.
mechanic myself, man, and at the same time, I knew by being a mechanic, I could work for somebody in the daytime and still bring some cars into my own garage at night. It's a
Yeah.
continue Saturday and Sunday. I'm working breaks. All of that's money, man. I would never from fixing them to painting them to repairing them. I would have covered the whole basis. So
Yeah.
it doesn't take college, but my discipline came from that. I got kicked out of school maybe 3 times. 3 times, Tyrone.
Yeah.
But I went back, I wrote letters saying, man, what is my next step if I fail? If I
Wow.
fail, then what am I going to do? Jackie, they
Wow.
keep saying it, hey, man, it's an easier road. But it wasn't even easy after I got the diploma, man.
Yeah.
I still couldn't find a job. Came down here to Indianapolis, was still looking for a better way, but I started working with kids and you know what I mean? So it was never a stopping point for me, though, Tyrone.
Right.
I wasn't getting the pay that I needed. I got this degree. Heck, my brother-in-law making more money doing maintenance. I want to do maintenance too. Then let's go. Man. Let's go to play. I'll go get this certification, HVAC. Let's go, man. Whatever I have to do to keep making it. So people don't realize, forget that assist. If you need the assistance, figure out what's your time frame to get off of it. It might be 5 years. But in that 5 years, now do you have a plan to say, all right, I'm out of this assistance. Now I'm renting a home and not in a home that's being given to me somewhere. So that's what I'm saying.
You know, and you're so right. So right. Here it is. Look, and there's an old saying that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Yeah.
Because most people, like, I have business plans, man. Like, I have thumb drives full of business plans that I have thought up and that I've written, you know, and typed out and changed again and, you know, kind of rewritten. But look, at any given moment, I can meet somebody and I can tell them what my business plan is all about. You never know who you're meeting. But see, if you don't plan nothing, then you can't present nothing.
You can't.
You can't present an idea that you never wrote out.
You can't.
Because then you ain't gonna know the front, back, sides, and the different dip offs that you can expect in that area.
You can't.
And so
either.
And that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, you need financials in line. You know, not so much. Here it is. Look, I was just talking to my wife just the other day. Look, I'm working on my credit. I'm working on different things, different plans that I got going, moving forward. Because here it is, a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, I didn't realize that this was going to be my niche, the life show.
Yeah.
July 8th of 2020 was an eye-opener to me. And now, here it is, a little bit over a year later, I started the life show in my house. Well, we in the studio now.
Yeah.
It's no longer in my house because now I started planning things out and making sure that there were provisions for the plan.
Yeah.
And so that's what people got to do. They got to.
It's true, Tyrone. It looks nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Look, I told him the new backdrop, the new sign is here. Yeah, man. And so
you have to keep on telling them, man, what you had to do, though. It's serious, man.
Man, look, I started. My wife was tired. She was tired of people coming into our house, and then, you know, people see what you got, they'll come back and rob you. You know, and thankfully, ain't nobody tried nothing. You know, I'm grateful for that because I was smart enough to bring the right people in.
There you go. You gotta make sure they're the right one.
But see, now I can bring you in, but you ain't gonna come back in at your own leisure. Man, there's security cameras here. We got an alarm system, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Look, you ain't just coming walking up in here thinking you gonna take something. Oh, we gonna see you.
And it shouldn't even be that way, and we shouldn't even have to have that fear of, because what we trying to do is, if you have an idea, if you have something to say, we trying to give you that platform to say it. So why would you want to take away when we trying to sit here and put you on?
It's the truth. It's the truth. But I tell y'all like this. Look, this is the first of many. We only got like 7 more minutes left, but this is the first of many of the life show Motivational Monday with Tyrone Brown Jr. and Jackie Roper Jr.
Yes, sir.
The junior guys.
Juniors, baby.
The juniors, man. Look, this was such a privilege and a pleasure, man. This was comfortable for me. You know, I'm used to sharing, but this is you way in Indianapolis. I'm in Maryville.
You in Maryville, baby. I should have
been in Maryville. You what? 2 hours, 2.5 hours away.
Hey, 2 hours and 26 minutes to be exact is what we
Yeah,
took.
yeah. You know, getting your name out there. And as we were talking earlier, consistency is the key to breakthrough and success. If you ain't consistent with what you gonna do, if you ain't consistent with your plan, how somebody else supposed to believe that you gonna be consistent if you don't believe?
Man,
that's what it is, and that's the way it goes.
Because I believe in me. I believe in me.
Yep. Yep.
I know what I can do.
Yep. Yep. And see, when Jackie and I, when we put our heads together, man, the concept was easy.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you that didn't, you didn't look at the promo, man, the promo is up on the page. Man, go look at the promo, man. This ain't stopping. We going full steam ahead.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna get so much better. Next shows we'll be able to show you what we're talking about, displays. If anybody have anything that they want to talk about, man, we could on the comments. We'll bring it up for discussion. Even if you wanted to be a part of the show, we could link you from your house, and you can sit in your house and get on with us. If you had Stephanie, we would like for you to get on with us one time, girl. Look,
Stephanie don't like cameras. Stephanie, she'll tell you she don't like cameras.
She don't like cameras.
she don't like the cameras. She don't like to talk. But she'll type it out. She'll write it out. She's a good writer.
I'll stay in my lane, Steph. Hey, Tyrone, somebody told me to stay in my lane, and I made this company.
Yeah, man. But I'll tell you like this. With Fox, and the live show, man, it's about to go up.
It is.
But I tell you all, look, we appreciate you all for stopping in.
We do.
On the live show, the Motivational Monday with Tyrone Brown Jr. and Jackie Roper Jr. Man, look, this was a blast, man. And I can't wait till next Monday to do it all over again.
Neither. I can't.
Man, so I'm gonna tell y'all what. If y'all want to get in contact with the live show, send us an email, and on the email, send us a message. Go to the website. The website is up. Get the website. Send us a message on the website. If you want to get in contact with Jackie and get in contact with his media services, look, feel free to reach out to him. Jackie, Fox Media?
Yeah, Fox Glen Marketing. You can reach me at foxglenmarketing@gmail.com. I was trying to get them posted up here. I was trying to get the WWs for you for the live show as well, so they can see that coming across. I'm putting that.
Well, they can see it in the background on the banner, but still. Look, man, this gonna get betterer and betterer. I know that ain't a word, but it's gonna get betterer and betterer. And
better and better. We're gonna make it a word, baby. If it ain't a word, we'll make it a word.
That's it. Look, I'm your host, Tyrone Brown Jr. That man to my left,
Jackie Roper Jr. We are the juniors, baby.
Man, it's been a blast. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. I'm gonna holler at you, Tyrone, man. Hey, it's been a pleasure. Music was provided by. We got music from Pudge Tunes, man. Let's roll out with a little song, man.
Definitely, man. Y'all have a great evening, man. Peace.
Peace. All right. Motivational Mondays, baby. We out of here. Tyrone Brown Jr., Jackie Roper Jr. Music by www.pudgetunes.com. We coming so hard next time, man. Thank y'all. Tyrone, I'm out.